The process of pouring a concrete slab can seem daunting to some. With a little knowledge and some basic steps, it won't be a headache to pour the slab. Before beginning this or any project, it is a good idea to have some safety equipment, such as safety glasses or goggles, gloves, shoes or rubber boots, and the proper clothing. No torn or baggy clothing. Some tools that you might need would be a shovel, a hoe, a wheelbarrow, a cement mixer, a level, a trowel, a finishing trowel or float, a tape measure, and a framing square. Some materials you would need are wood for framing, either 2x4s or plywood, stakes or pieces of rebar, screws or nails to hold the frame together, a long 2x4 for screening, plastic sheeting or a tarp large enough to cover the project area, water, and bags of cement. An important note: before starting this or any project, call 811. Know before you dig. They will come out and let you know where all your utility lines are free of charge. Some things that you will accomplish with this tutorial is you will learn to select a location for your project, you will prepare the location, you will construct a frame, you will pour the concrete, and you will ensure that your slab is properly cured. The first step in pouring a slab or any project is to decide the location. Once the location has been decided, preparing the site is the next step. Depending on the location, digging or leveling of some kind may be required. Sometimes this can be as simple as using a shovel, or the need for larger equipment may be necessary. If you are uncomfortable using earth-moving equipment, perhaps a friend can do the work for you, or you may have to hire someone. So far, we've selected the location and prepared the location. Next, we will construct a frame. The form is like a temporary wall to keep the cement from growing everywhere. For most square or rectangular pads, the use of 2x4 lumber will provide a solid form. For curved or odd-shaped pads, using a 1/4 inch plywood is a better choice because it will flex. There are also cardboard tubes available at your local hardware store for pouring columns or circular footings. If you are unsure, you can always ask the hardware representatives. Once you've determined the size of the project, for this example 4 foot by 6 foot, we need to measure and mark and cut our boards. First, measure for the longer length and mark. Now, add for the thickness of the material. For example, for a 2x4, you would add 3 inches. This should be done on 2 boards. Then measure for the shorter length and mark. This time, subtract for the thickness of the material, or 3 inches. This is so the 2 short boards can fit between the 2 longer ones. Check your measurements and marks again. Rule or an helpful hint is measure twice, cut once. If your measurements and marks are correct, cut the boards. Time to put the form together. First, secure one long piece to the end of a short piece at a 90-degree angle. Then secure the other long piece to the other end of the same short piece. Place the last short piece between the 2 long pieces and secure it in place. Now place the form where desired. Starting on one corner, place one stake approximately 8 inches from one corner on the outside of the board. Then using a framing square or measuring diagonally to ensure square, place the stake on the opposite diagonal corner. Check the other corners for square and place the stakes. Make sure you place a stake at each corner, and for the longer side, a few along the middle. Once we are square, we need to ensure the form is level. A long bubble level is suggested, but a short one will do. Just place it in the middle of the board. If the form is not level, you can dig a little to lower it, or place a small rock or piece of wood under the corner to raise it. You can also allow for water runoff by creating a slight slope. Place rebar or wire inside the form to add strength. Now that we have constructed our form and everything is square and level, we can pour concrete. Once you've determined the amount of concrete you'll need, you can decide on how you want to mix it. This can be done with a wheelbarrow and a hoe, a cement mixer. For extremely large projects, you can order it by the truckload or half truckload. You also need a shovel, the long board, a trowel, a float or a finishing trowel, and if you need it, a measure. Mix the cement according to the directions on the bag, usually 2.5 quarts of water per bag. Pour it into your form, starting in one corner along the short side and working your way across to the other side. Don't worry if the cement mounds up. That is what the shovel is for. Use it to help spread the cement a little and make sure the cement goes up against the boards. Continue mixing and pouring cement until you have filled about 1/4 the distance on the long boards. Now take your straight board, slide it along the long boards, pushing the cement even with the top of the form using a sawing motion as you slide, filling in any holes as you go along. Continue this process of mixing, pouring, and leveling until the form is full. Once the pad is complete, you can use a finishing trowel or float to smooth it out. After the cement is set a bit, if desired, and depending on what the pad is used for, you can use an edging tool to create a rounded corner. Place a piece of plastic or large tarp over the entire pad to help it cure and retain the proper amount of moisture. Once you are happy with the looks, clean your tools and equipment and call it a day. Now that we've poured the concrete, the next step is to ensure that the slab is cured properly. The next day, check your pad. If it appears dry, slightly dampen it using a fine mist. Replace the plastic sheeting and repeat for 2 more days. After the 3rd day, you can remove the forms. Once the forms are removed, allow 24 hours for a complete cure. Congratulations! You have just poured a solid, properly cured concrete slab. Best of luck on your next project.